Hey, Vsauce, Evan here. I am interviewing Miss Shelf. Welcome to my shelf. I'm joined here today with Miss Shelf.
Hi everybody.
This is Miss Shelf. She teaches history she teaches 12th grade history. She teaches 12th grade economics. Last year she taught history for 11th graders and 10th. Anyway, so I've got some questions here for you, Miss Shelf.
Alright.
So, at what point in your life did you realize you wanted to become a teacher, and why?
I realized I wanted to be a teacher when I was in high school. For a long time, from junior high to like 9th, 10th grade, I thought I wanted to be a nurse practitioner. And then around 10th, 11th, 12th, I had some really fantastic social studies teachers for U.S. history and economics and government. And I would kind of credit them partially to me wanting to become a teacher. I always wanted to be in some type of a service position because I enjoy helping others and trying to get people what they need. But my other love in life is all things social studies. Specifically, and I'd say my top tier is economics, so I'm very happy right now with what I teach here.
Interesting. Very interesting. So, next week is College Go Week.
Yes.
What was college like for you?
I really enjoyed my college experience. I went to IPFW for 4 years and I completed my bachelor's degree in that time. Other than the academics and whatnot, I had a part-time job working at Mega Replay and Dollar Tree, and I was also in the student government at IPFW. I was a senator, specifically the chair of the Public Relations Committee there. So I tried to be involved with student government while also doing all of my school academic stuff. And I also had a job, so I was busy a lot of the time, but I also had a really fun time and met some really great people.
Interesting. Okay, cool. So, how did you end up here at Northside?
For a number of reasons. My last year that I was in college, we had to do a 60-hour observation experience, and I ended up being assigned to Northside with Mr. Murdez, my neighbor over here. So I observed him for 60 hours and I kind of fell in love with the school. Like the first day that I walked in, every single kid smiled at me and they said hi, and I didn't know anybody, and I just felt like this is a good place and this is the place where I could see myself end up being. And I had a really great experience with Mr. Murdez. I learned a lot of things from him and how he teaches and just the good relationship he has with the kids, and was just very impressed. So he kind of helped ignite my fire to continue teaching and then hopefully here. And then we kind of kept in touch a little bit so that when I graduated and a job position opened here, he called me and let me know, and I sent in my application and used him as a reference, and he helped me get my job here. So partially I got my job here because of random observation assignment, and the other part is that Mr. Murdez helped me out.
Well, that's just great.
Thank you.
What was one big or interesting thing that happened in your life?
There have been a few different ones, but I would say one of the bigger ones when I was younger was finding out that I had scoliosis, which is the curvature of your spine. There's two or many different ways that your spine could curve, but mine was an S curve. And it was serious enough that I wore a brace for it was called a Boston brace. It was supposed to keep my spine aligned as much as possible. So every morning, it was like a corset, but a plastic one. It was pretty uncomfortable. But every morning my mom would help me put it on. She'd have to strap me in. You couldn't see it under my clothes or anything. but it was pretty uncomfortable. And then, so eventually that didn't work. The doctor said it's not correcting your spine and you're continuing to grow into an S-curve, and they said it was necessary that I have surgery. So I was kind of taken out of school for a few months and had to heal up from that, and it made me grateful for the things that I do have and the opportunities that I do have.
So, that's cool. I didn't know that. So, does that limit at all your flexibility, or you're able to move your back in any way?
Yes, 100%. I am fused from almost the very top vertebrae I have like about 3 left down at the bottom of my spine. So I cannot bend or slouch at all. So if you see me sitting down, maybe like I look like I'm trying to have really straight and proper posture. I'm not trying, I just can't bend. Like, this is me trying to slouch. I really can just curve my shoulders, but everything else, it has to be straight all the time. I can twist and do things like that. I probably can't twist to the extent that you can, but it definitely limits my mobility, that's for sure.
So what was it like trying to adjust to this new change?
It was kind of weird, I guess. There's obvious things that you don't think that would change, but they actually do change. I had to go through physical therapy where I had to relearn how to walk upstairs properly because my hips don't move as your hips would move walking up the stairs. I had to relearn how to get in the car properly, how to roll out of bed. I couldn't just, flip myself and roll out. I have to do a log roll because now that I'm healed and everything is fused up, it's different and I've learned to live with it. But for a while there, it was difficult to do everyday things that at least I know I did before my surgery. I took those things for granted. But, yeah.
Well, that's all the time we got for this episode of Vsauce.
Thanks, Evan.
Thanks, Ms. Show, for allowing me to interview you on this very special, not Monday. So, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.